everyone, and welcome back to the Kyle's Korner podcast. I'm your host, Kyle, your Mandalorian assassin, Kyle, and today I'm here with my IG robot assassin, Brian.
That's me. Skinny and spindly arms.
Spindly arms with his double blaster rifles.
Yep.
So today our topic is the newly released trailer for The Mandalorian. And I believe, Brian, we're going to watch the whole trailer and then react to it side by side and then give our final opinions at the end. Is that correct?
Are we watching in real time, or are we pausing at each shot and talking about it?
Ooh. What do you want to do, Brian?
I say we talk about each shot. I got some stuff to say.
Okay, it looks like we're going to talk to each shot. Wait, but what qualifies as each shot? Will you just say pause? Because I don't know which shot you want to stop at.
Oh, sure. Okay. Should we just start right off? So I guess we should say this is The Mandalorian coming to Disney Plus on November 12th. And as of the time we're recording this, the trailer came out yesterday.
D23 just happened yesterday.
Yes.
Or it's currently happening now, too.
Yeah, I think it's still going. But yeah, a lot of Marvel news, a lot of Star Wars news. But we're focusing on The Mandalorian because
The Mandalorian right now.
It's full trailer. All right.
So should we just start off from the screen itself, from the first shot itself?
The very first shot.
It's like 4 or 5 stormtrooper helmets in the dirt covered in sand.
Yes. And I gotta say, right off the bat, it looks like, is that blood on the one on the right?
Yeah, there's blood on the helmet.
Yeah, that is interesting because there's not a lot of blood in Star Wars. Interesting to see it right off the bat. And I gotta say, even just like that little bit of metal that's on the right with the holes in it looks very, very Star Wars-y.
Well, they did have blood in the original movies, but they edited it out in the new edited George Lucas 1999 CGI fest.
Yeah, well, so yeah, I'm trying to think here. So there's blood when the Wampa gets his arm cut off. Oh, there's blood when the arm gets cut off in the cantina.
And there's a guy that gets shot by Han Solo, and he leaks out blood in the Death Star.
Oh yeah, sure, and they covered it up with the explosion, right?
Yeah, they covered it up with an explosion.
And then you see a little bit of blood when Carrie Fisher gets shot in Return of the Jedi. Other than that, so then I guess there's a little in The Force Awakens and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, right off the bat, some blood right on the Stormtrooper helmet, which is impressive. All right, do we want to go to the next?
Well, Brian, I think this is supposed to represent the lawlessness in the galaxy right now, because it takes in between the Last Jedi and The Force Awakens.
Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens.
Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi.
Too many Jedi names. But yeah,
There's
I mean, it's a good shot right off the bat to set up that, okay, the Empire is down. You know?
There's nothing left. It's the remnants that are left.
Yeah, it tells anyone who might not know where we are right off the bat.
Well, I mean, it might be confusing because it's also Tatooine, and they never really had love for Imperials, you know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It's kind of... It's confusing for people who don't know, the whole lore between Star Wars, between the movies, but for people that do, it makes a lot of sense.
Sure, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to see. The one, the third helmet from the right, I think I've just been staring at this too long now. Are the eyepieces whited out, or is there just sand over them? I guess there's sand.
I think there's
over
sand.
Them. It looks like it's almost missing the lenses, but I guess that is just sand over it.
When it's darker, because you see the one on the left, it's kind of clear, but it's also got sand over it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think this one's like that one, except it's just in the shade.
Okay, so if we hit play here, and we go to the next shot in the trailer, it's similar but different. And we see the Mandalorian walking past these.
But we see a bunch of stormtrooper helmets piked up on, the the Game of Thrones pikes where they put all the beheaded heads on.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. It looks like beheaded heads on spikes, but of course you don't actually see any head. It's more trooper helmets.
Well, I think because they also have like the meshing that the stormtroopers wear, so there might be heads in the.
Yeah, there might. There might be heads in there.
There might be heads in there, but we can't see. I'm pretty sure they won't show heads. Like
I doubt there'd be anything incredibly violent, but I guess we'll see. The thing that really gets me about these ones is, first of all, there's even more blood on the main helmet, kind of right in the middle there. But the thing that I find surprising, most of them look like they were kind of bashed in. Like they don't look like they were shot. Like the one furthest to the right that's kind of closest to us has a big gash right across the forehead. Yeah. And then the one just to the left of that has a humongous gash from the forehead going over the eye almost onto the nose.
So maybe they got like cut or something, or like sliced by a vibro blade.
Yeah, it just kind of seems weird. I don't know. Was it just rowdy people beating them up instead of them actually getting shot down?
Yeah, maybe they just took their anger out on the gear and stuff or something. Maybe they didn't. That's not how they died. We don't know how they died.
Sure,
or if they're even dead.
Too. All right. Let's see. If we move forward to the next shot here, we got
Lucasfilm.
Oh, LTD. We got Lucasfilm logo.
Well, we got a starship coming into frame, going over like a swampy kind of foresty planet.
So the thing that bothers me about this is this planet looks like Minnesota.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like the Midwest planet because it's just kind of a lot of forests, grass, and then little lakes.
A lot of corns, a lot of soybeans.
yeah. You can see some farmers. No, there's none of that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it's probably a new planet, but it might be Takodana from The Force Awakens.
Maybe.
I would put my guess on a new planet, but
just because they got V-roll from Minnesota.
It does.
Over lakes and rivers.
Yeah.
It just said, new planet, Minnesotan 5. But I do like his ship. It's a ship from Star Wars The Clone Wars, the one with where the bounty hunters use for when they help the farmers defend against Hondo Ohnaka and his group of bandits.
Yeah, I believe the ship you're describing is named the Halo, floated by Sugi. But yeah, it looks very similar to that one.
I think it is the same ship, because that's what I heard before, that Jon Favreau has been trying to mix in Clone Wars, original trilogy, and the new saga into one kind of TV show.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, it looks really cool, aside from the basic Midwest trees.
The basic Midwest trees. The pine trees.
Yeah. So if we go to the next shot here, and this is a cool shot.
Ooh, the arch.
Two ships parked in front of some sort of rocky planet with an arch. Do you think that's Tatooine?
No. The sand looks like kind of like mineral-y black sand, like it's got a lot of gravel and rocks.
It might be kind of volcanic. Because of a shot that we see later, I think it might be Tatooine, but we'll get back to that.
It could be Solist.
Yeah, it could be.
Because that's more like lava-y, kind of black rocks. Steam coming out from this ground and stuff. It gives you that kind of mist, eerie feeling.
Yeah. Whatever it is, though, it looks really neat. And the cool thing about all these big kind of vista shots is apparently... since this is a TV show, it wasn't made on a movie budget. It has a big budget, but it doesn't have that big of a budget. All of these big, expansive backgrounds were made in the Unreal Engine, which is normally...
for video games.
Yeah, it's normally used for video games, but, I mean, just looking at this, it looks phenomenal here.
I also heard all the ships are made from, like, models, like the original Star Wars, unlike CGI ships.
Yeah, so there was... they did a little demonstration almost at Celebration, where they were showing that they got a bunch of model makers together to actually model some of these ships and make the flying the old-fashioned way.
Well, I think it looks a lot better than just CGI, because we can usually tell when it's not authentic. Or our eyes, we can think in the back of our head that's, oh, it's CGI.
Yeah.
It doesn't look as good.
Yeah, no, I mean, this shot looks fantastic.
Yeah, ships look real.
Yeah.
It all looks real.
It really does. If we go to the next shot here.
Well, we got, what's this?
Yeah.
Maybe like he's processing a bounty or...
Yeah, so I think we're seeing it, someone, the Mandalorian, I guess, set something down and then pick up these little blue circles. I can't tell what he's setting down. I've been looking at that a lot and I can't figure it out. But I think those little blue circles are like bounty chips. Like each one has a person.
Or something like that.
Yeah. I really can't figure out what he's setting down. It's like something square on... It looks like it's on a noodle. It's on like a stick.
On a noodle?
Yeah, I can't figure out what he's setting down there, but interesting shot. Some sort of exchange going on. And then in the next shot, we see that the person that the Mandalorian is taking that stuff from is Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Who is playing Grief Karga? Grief Karga.
That's pretty hard name to pronounce there.
Yeah, these names are going to take a little getting used to. But
Grief Karga.
Carl looks great there. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Brian, now there's 3 black guys in Star Wars.
Yeah, really. No more complaining about that. There's 3 of them.
There's 3 black guys now.
All right, so then the next shot we got here, I really like the look of this one.
Like crackly?
Yeah, it almost looks like what you would see in like a dry riverbed or like a dry lake bed, only way, way bigger, and there's kind of lakes going between all the cracks of the dirt and everything. Do you think this is Tatooine?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the ground looks like brown. It doesn't look sand or anything. It looks like...
Yeah. It's tough to say what this is.
You know, it kind of reminds me of Crate because, like, the plates...
Sure, yeah.
Of the cracks and stuff. But it's definitely not Crate because that's white and red. This is, like, some brown...
Tan, and
maybe
there's dark brown, kind of looks like mud in between
like
each
mud
of the cracks.
slides. Like, mud slides went through and then washed away some of it. It doesn't look like sand to me, so I don't think it's Tatooine, no.
Okay. So then after that, we have a couple quick shots of the Mandalorian suiting up here.
Yeah, gearing up.
Yeah, he puts like a knife in his boot, and then he puts that like Spider-Man web shooter that Boba Fett has onto his arm, his gauntlet.
Oh, you
there.
mean his suction cup thing on his wrist? They like shoots up and he can like like, hook. I don't know what's called, a hook.
Oh, like a grappling hook.
Grappling hook.
Yeah, exactly. He's putting that on there.
It looks like the same Midwest planet.
Yeah, so then right after that,
couple shots,
you see him. There's like a ramp going down, and he's walking into the Midwest planet there.
Well, I think the shot of him gearing up is from a different planet.
Yeah, the shot of him gearing up.
Ship.
Yeah, it looks like he's outside somewhere. There's definitely a more natural light. But then the next shot there is indoors.
Because the floor has like a glow too, like it was like wet, and there's like sunlight reflecting off the wet stones or something.
Yeah.
It's more of a natural lighting than the ship lighting, which is darker and more like cinematic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So then
he's going to Minnesota to kill some Vikings.
I'm so excited to see Minnesota Star Wars.
Minnesota Star Wars.
So then after that, we have a shot of Gina Carano, who is playing Cara Dune. Cara Dune.
Yeah, a former rebel shock trooper.
I see. I didn't know that. Cool.
I don't know what a shock trooper is, though. I was thinking like commandos, but that's not the same thing. Because that's what we're more familiar with, like the commandos and Return of the Jedi.
Are you sure she's a rebel, not an Imperial?
Yeah, she's a former rebel shock trooper.
Okay. Because, yeah, the shock troopers are, at least for stormtroopers, are like the white and red ones from Revenge of the Sith. But I guess I don't know what a rebel shock trooper would be. But yeah, I mean, she looks great. She's sitting in kind of a dark environment, but it looks like more tall trees, like she's also on that Midwest planet.
The Midwest planet.
So then right after that, we get
Ugnaught.
the Mandalorian looking at an Ugnaught riding on a blurg, right next to a dead blurg. And
So they must be on Ryloth then.
Maybe, yeah, unless they're on multiple planets. I love seeing the blurgs. They were invented for the Ewoks movies, originally done in stop motion by Phil Tippett. Yeah, they're in the Ewoks adventure movie.
I thought they're made for the Clone Wars.
Nope, they're in the Ewok adventure movie, and then they were brought into the Clone Wars and Rebels. But it's great to see them here in live action again.
They look pretty good, though.
Yeah, they look good. And supposedly that Ugnaught is voiced by Nick Nolte.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, it looks fantastic.
Is Nick Nolte short, or is there a different person playing him?
I'm guessing there's a different person playing him. I'm trying to think. I want to say I heard a rumor that they were doing... like facial capture with Nick Nolte, but it was live facial capture, so it would record his face, and then the mask that the actor was wearing would do whatever Nick Nolte's face does.
Oh, so it's practical effects then. It's not CGI.
Yeah. But anyway, cool. Yeah, another great shot. Yeah. So then, right after that, we have
Twi'lek.
A Twi'lek winking at the screen. I don't know. She looks kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about those tentacles. But anyway, I think walking in front of her there is Bill Burr.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in it, even though he doesn't like Star Wars.
Yeah, he doesn't like Star Wars, but
he's like Harrison Ford of the new Mandalorian franchise.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad to see him in it. I liked him in Breaking Bad. He was great in that kind of dramatic setting, so hopefully he's really good here as well. And he seems like he would fit in with a bunch of scoundrels. But yeah, Twi'lek and Bill Burr.
Twi'lek and Bill Burr.
So then right after that, we got kind of the shot that's...
He's just walking.
Yeah, the shot that's inspired the poster to some extent. It's a desert planet. There's a sunset going on, and the Mandalorian's walking towards us through the sand at a distance.
So, kind of a boring shot compared to the rest of the trailer, I would say.
Yeah. But then right after that, we have... Is that Gina Carano?
I don't think it's the same person.
Okay.
I think it's a different lady.
All right. Yeah, I was not sure. But we have a lady... hugging a little boy, and they're standing waist deep in a river, looks like.
So, a lot of people have been implying that this is one of the Mandalorian's missions, is like he's a hero for the weak. He's protecting them from stormtroopers or something.
Oh, okay. See, I thought for some reason he might be hunting down that kid, and they're trying to hide from him, but that would make sense too.
It also could be implied that this is his past, and he's that kid. Or that he was a stormtrooper and he was sent to, kill them, and then he defected over to being a bounty hunter. Or something like that. They really don't specify in the shot what it could be.
Okay, that would be really cool. I like the idea that that's the Mandalorian as a little boy. Yeah, interesting. I guess I didn't even think... So a flashback here... I guess we don't know how old the character is, so would this be during the Clone Wars, or would this be during the Dark Times?
It'd probably be between the Clone Wars and Episode 4. Or maybe it would be Episode 4 around then.
Interesting.
Because he's supposed to be because Pedro Pascal's 30, right? He's 30-something?
I have no idea. That's a good thing to Google.
He is a very, handsome man. as we all would agree.
Okay, do the math with me here. April 2nd, 1975. So
1975.
he's like in his mid-40s.
He's 44.
44. Oh, yeah, it says 44 years old right above that. I was reading the date.
So he'd probably be around a kid in episode 3, episode 4. In between there, he'd be a kid.
Yeah. If this is 7 years after Return of the Jedi, yeah, he'd be a kid. Episode 3-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's him right as
too.
Order 66 happens. Or right after? I don't know.
Well, it also looks like the same planet that, the Midwestern planet.
Yeah.
You see a lot of vegetation, a river.
So
it looks like the Midwest.
If this is a flashback and that is him, it's possible that he's returning to his home planet. Otherwise, it's not him. And
he's doing a mission on that planet that involves them.
Interesting. Yeah, it kind of seems like a strange shot for a trailer, especially considering, we have no context for what this is at all. But, interesting.
It is an interesting shot.
So then right after that, we get a row of death troopers aiming at something. And I'm really excited to see them in action because they were set up really big for Rogue One and didn't really do anything. And then they were in Rebels and they didn't really do anything. So hopefully here they do something.
How do we know they're Imperial death troopers? How do we know they're not people dressed up as death troopers?
It might be, yeah. It might be just regular people who...
it could be like raiders or something dressed up as
steal
troopers.
Some armor and...
Or how do we know this isn't a flashback either? Because death troopers weren't really relevant in episode 5, 6, and in between.
This might also be a flashback?
Maybe they were hiding from the death troopers in their flashback, and they went to that river because their whole village got slaughtered for supporting the rebels or something. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Cool, though. Yeah, that's a great shot.
That's a lot of death troopers.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. Looks like they're going to gun down a whole city. So then, right after that... Oh, there's kind of there's a, classic Western shot where there's someone in the back, or out of focus, far away from us, and then right next to us, we got a hand pulling a gun out.
And people think it's another Mandalorian based on the helmet shape.
Yeah.
And the glare.
It's difficult to see who it is, but it might be a Mandalorian fighting our Mandalorian.
Boba Fett, because he's supposed to be in this show. Logan, what's his name? Logan?
Daniel Logan.
Daniel Logan, he's supposed to be in this show as Boba Fett. Unless Boba Fett survives episode 6. Or unless the Mandalorian fought him earlier in his career.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because he's supposed to be in the show, because he's in the credits already as the cast.
See, is he? I think we've talked about this on our last Star Wars episode. Is he? Daniel Logan.
Yeah, he's already credited.
Daniel Logan. I don't know. Where are you seeing that?
You gotta look up the Mandalorian cast, dude.
Daniel Logan. Oops, Logan the man.
Or was he? Yeah, he's already... I'm looking at it right now. Boba Fett.
Where are you seeing that?
Just look up the Mandalorian cast.
The Mandalorian cast.
You have Pedro Pascal, Gina Carano, Emily Swallow, Werner Herzog, Carl Weathers, Nick Nolte, Giancarlo Esposito, Omid Abtahali. I can't see his name.
See, I just Googled
Daniel Logan.
Where are you seeing Daniel Logan? It's got the cast right along the top. I'm not seeing Daniel Logan. Are you on Google?
Yeah, I was on Google.
What? Okay. Huh. Interesting. Well, anyway, we don't know who he's shooting down there. But then right after that, we have a shot of... I'm going to screw this up. Giancarlo Esposito?
Yeah, that's what it is. He's like the generic black villain in every TV show you ever saw.
Yeah, it's Gus Fring, for those of you who know Breaking Bad.
What's his ranking? Is he a captain or a commander?
I could not tell you, but yeah, he's with the Death Troopers and some Stormtroopers, and he's got pretty good ranks on his shoulder.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, interesting. It's strange to think about, the Empire after Return of the Jedi, and he's probably one of the many, many people who are trying to rebuild their own little empire.
Their own little empire.
So
their shot's a blinding glare, light shot.
Yeah, it's the Mandalorian again, but it's just kind of a shot of him and the sun's shining past his helmet.
Yeah, his silver chrome helmet, which is different from all the painted helmets we've seen in the past movies of Mandalorians.
Yeah, that's interesting. It looks very like medieval knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks great. It says on November 12th.
Because they always usually like customize it in the shows and the movies.
Yeah. So maybe like strip the paint off of it. Got his own shiny one. So immediately after that, we have a strange shot. There's a guy bending down in the foreground, and he's shooting. It's in the dark, and he's shooting.
Like a flare.
Yeah, it looks like he's shooting up a flare. What I'm trying to tell is he wearing a jetpack, and he like shot that missile out of the jetpack, like how Boba Fett kind of has that missile thing in the middle of his backpack. Is that what that is?
It's too hard to tell. It's too dark.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell. I think it looks like he bent over and then shot the missile out of his backpack, but I don't know. It's a weird angle, but something's happening, and it's very bright up in the dark air. And then the next shot, we see a guy on a speeder, riding across the sand towards the light, or maybe
he's turning. He's like doing like a hard turn against it.
Yeah, he looks like he was driving at it, and now he's trying to get away from it. Like, maybe somebody did shoot the missile at him, if it is a missile. I don't know. Strange. But, pretty standard-looking Star Wars speeder. And the guy kind of looks like me wearing goggles, so I don't know.
Brian, your next Halloween costume.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you I'm in this. Pretty cool. So then... the next shot there, we have an AT-ST that looks a little run down, and we see
Brian, we've seen the Lego set for this.
Yeah, so there was a leak of a Lego set for this, and it looks like someone took an AT-ST and kind of painted it up and patched it up.
It's called the Raiders AT-ST. That's what the Lego set's called, so I'm guessing Raiders. These guys are all Raiders.
Okay, so that definitely goes more towards your theory that... Because he's in the next shot there, it's the AT-ST on that Midwest planet.
Yeah.
So I guess it probably is a village being raided.
Yeah, because they have like defenses. They have those what are they called?
Spikes
the X's
in the ground. The big old spikes to try to stop things running.
Stop to like tanks and stuff from walking towards them.
Yeah, but you see. The AT-ST on the Midwest planet shining a light through fog and shooting at people who are running away.
Yeah, it looks like there's a guys charging with them. Kind of like handmade weapons, though. If you look to the right a little, it looks like there's a guy running towards something like a hammer or something.
Yeah. Yeah, what is he holding?
Or a grenade. I don't know. It looks like a hammer or something to me.
Yeah, I can't really tell what he's holding it as he runs. I don't know. But then immediately after that, we're back. I don't know where this is. Yeah. I guess probably on that same...
Tatooine.
So you do think this one's Tatooine?
Yeah, because you see a lot of tan in the background, tan on the ground. They're wearing a lot of like hooded clothing.
Yeah,
the sun looks pretty bright.
It looks like civilians running from explosions on Tatooine.
Brian, do you think that kid is the Mandalorian? Because he looks like a younger Pedro Pascal, kind of.
Yeah, so then we see a woman carrying a kid, and I think it's the same woman and kid who are standing in the water. He definitely could be a young Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's got the same skin tone.
Ethnic
background.
Ethnic orientation.
Yeah,
it might be.
It looks like they're running away from a battle or a skirmish.
Yeah, there's some sort of chaos going on that they're running away from.
Maybe it's the Death Troopers and the Stormtroopers from earlier before, when they're shooting up the village.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Next scene. Oh, you want to talk about it so far?
Oh, yeah, no, go for it. So the next scene is the Mandalorian and an IG droid, and it looks like they just cut down a door, and the door falls down, and they're standing behind it.
I believe the droid's called IG-18.
See, I thought I read IG-11.
Oh, IG-11 or 18. And it's voiced by Taika
Waititi, who directed Thor Ragnarok.
And Thor Love and Thunder.
And he's going to direct Thor Love and Thunder and a bunch of episodes of this, apparently.
Yeah.
But
I hear he voices the droid itself.
Yeah. So, cool role, cool shot. They're coming into a dark place from possibly Tatooine outside. But,
it could be a lot of places.
Yeah. Little Mando IG action there. Okay. So then right after that, we see the Mandalorian's ship, the Clone Wars ship, being chased and shot at by another ship. And I keep hearing people say they can't tell what that ship in the background is, but I think it clearly is an X-Wing with its wings closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's trying to opening it, too.
Oh, does it?
Side. It looks like it's opening it a little.
Maybe. Oh, I gotta put this on, 0.25 speed or whatever, because that's too quick. Anyway, yeah, they're flying through space, and I believe an X-Wing is...
I think that's the Rebel lady, actually. The Rebel Stormtrooper from before. I think that's her ship.
Oh, okay. Oh,
does it make more sense?
Gianna Carano's character?
Yeah.
Cara Dune? Yeah, that might be it.
Does that make more sense to the story, too, and the trailer?
Yeah.
That was her ship hunting down the bounty hunter.
Interesting. So then right after that we have the Mandalorian sitting on a giant turret
Gatling gun.
In Tatooine, I believe.
Yeah, Tatooine.
We'll say it's Tatooine. And he's shooting guys on a roof. Yeah, that's definitely Tatooine. But see, okay, the shot right after that, we have the IG 11 or 18, and he's, I would say, clearly on Tatooine.
Yeah.
But there's mountains in the background. And that's why I think that shot from earlier with the big arch is also Tatooine, just like at dusk. Because it also has mountains in the background of that little town.
They just add mountains to everything.
Maybe.
For Unreal Engine, they said, just add some mountains.
Throw some mountains in there. But yeah, I mean, in my opinion, if you go back to that shot at 22 seconds, and you look at that little town and those mountains, and then you look at this shot with the IG droid spinning around and shooting. Looks like the same place. And in the shot with the IG droid, it looks like Tatooine.
Well, to see when we watch it, Brian.
I guess we will.
We don't know until... We definitely don't know now.
Yeah. Anyway, he's got some sick moves. He's spinning around. He's flailing his arms.
Killing people.
He has a Stormtrooper blaster in his left hand and more like a rifle in his right hand. Yeah, but yeah, he seems to be he seems to have it under control. So then there's a couple of quick shots of Stormtroopers surrounding the Mandalorian, and
the Mandalorian actually has the same rifle that Boba Fett had in the animated cartoons
in the
series
holiday special.
Yeah, the holiday special.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. I like that with the little cattle prod on the end.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, in the holiday special, he pistol whips a big dinosaur with it. So yeah, I like that showing up again. And now I didn't rewatch it for this, but I know this that we're seeing right here with him getting surrounded by stormtroopers was shown in the footage that was shown at Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, that none of us saw, besides people there.
Yeah. So, I mean, this, yeah. So he gets surrounded here.
He's just, I don't know, maybe he's just taking down a bunch of remnants or something.
Yeah,
he was hired to kill him.
So then there's
Black.
There's black. And then we're in some sort of bar.
Yeah.
And the Mandalorian is beating up Korner.
Korner, they already had it hard enough. Didn't you watch the Clone Wars episode?
Yeah. They want to be in control, but they can't because they're losers.
Because they're losers. They lose to the fish.
But, yeah, it's a pretty intense fight. He grabs the Korner by the face tentacles and smashes his head into the bar.
I like that. That looks sick.
Yeah, that's so cool. And then it's trying to run out the door. And
is that
Mandalorian... What's that?
Is that Korner or is that a different species?
Which one? Oh, that's...
The one that trips and falls. I mean, he doesn't trip. He gets hooked.
I think it's the same guy.
Oh, it is?
But yeah, so the Mandalorian shoots him with his Spider-Man web grappling hook.
And then he shoots him with his pistol.
No, he shoots the door.
Control.
He shoots the control for the door, and then the door irises closed over the guy. And you hear a kind of crunching, mushing noise like it cut the guy in half.
So, Brian, do you think this TV series will be a little more graphic than other Star Wars media?
Yeah, just based on these last, 3 seconds of footage, I would say it definitely is.
Because they usually shy away from blood, from death. They usually cut away from all that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, if you play this scene right now with the door getting smushed, you clearly hear the guy going and getting cut. So
it's also a squid guy, Brian. We don't care about squids.
Yeah, he's not a human, so we can smush him up.
He's fine. Not a human. You can just kill
him. But yeah, that's interesting. So then after that, we see
more black.
More black, and then 4 dudes in carbonite. 4 blocks of carbonite with people in it.
I'm guessing they're probably prisoners.
Yeah, or bounties that are being turned in. Looks like the one closest to us, I think, looks like... I don't know.
So it looks like the doctor from...
Yeah, some people are saying he looks like Dr. Evazan. Cornelius Evazan, is that his name? From the Cantina in A New Hope. Maybe. I don't know. So there was a rumor going around that the Mandalorian ship has a carbon freezing chamber in it.
What?
Yeah. And this kind of...
solidifies that theory?
I really don't like... in Empire Strikes Back, they kind of make it sound like carbon freezing people is somewhat a unique thing. I know they did it in the Clone Wars too, but there they also make it sound like it's a weird thing that no one does. I don't know how I feel about just you carbon freeze everyone. It's a daily thing. It's fine.
Well, I mean, it'd be easier than turning them in, to protest and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. It does make sense. I doubt
he cares about his bounties enough to make sure they're all safe and nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
If he's such a hard MFer as he is in the other shots, I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about their well-being.
Interesting. Oh, sorry, I just saw that you sent me. Oh, yeah, there's the Mandalorian. See, now, why did that pop up? I guess you're on your phone. Popped up differently on mine, just Googling it. But yeah, it does say Daniel Logan in The Mandalorian. He's not on the IMDb credits.
Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah, strange.
But maybe I think he said it on Instagram or something that he was going to be in The Mandalorian.
Oh, cool. Well, good. I like him. He seems like a good guy, and I like what he did in the Clone Wars. So, yeah. Anyway, after the carbon freezing blocks, we got Werner Herzog, and he says the only line we get in the trailer that bounty hunting is a complicated. What is the line?
I can't hear it. I gotta mute Brian.
So do I. Here, I'm gonna unmute it, and it's gonna blast my ears out here.
Well, Werner Herzog is, as you can tell, he's an Imperial, maybe officer or commander, because he has that Imperial medal over his neck. Maybe he's a bounty hunter.
Oh,
maybe he killed.
I didn't see that.
Maybe he killed an officer, or maybe he earned it in the rebellion, or in the wars of the rebellion. He's
wearing a leather jacket, but yeah, he has a big old medal around his neck, and the medal is the Imperial.
Yeah. Huh. So we don't know if he took it from a dead Imperial or if he earned that through the Empire itself as like a officer or something.
Yeah, strange. All right, cool. That's something I didn't see. And then we get one final shot of the Mandalorian there.
And it's clearly not Boba Fett's helmet because there's no dent in the Mandalorian's helmet.
Yeah, and I think maybe not. I think it looks a little slimmer, like thinner than the other ones. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's just because it's shiny.
Maybe it's Pre Vizsla's helmet.
Maybe
it's Jon Favreau's helmet.
Maybe it's Sabine Wren's helmet.
She's still alive, isn't she, at this point?
I guess we don't know, but probably. Yeah, strange. And then we get the Mandalorian logo and then the Disney
Black.
Plus logo.
Disney Plus. I know Brian's gonna buy it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, baby.
I probably won't.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's too much money, Brian.
Yeah.
I ain't made of no money.
Interesting. So that's the Mandalorian trailer. Overall thoughts?
I thought it was good. I like the style it's going for, like an old spaghetti western. You know, probably minimal talking, more shooting, and more exposition from other characters besides the main character, like plotline and events. Like, I feel like it's going to be a Star Wars show where they're going to explain the Mandalorian through other characters. Like, they're going to describe his, emotions and what he's done in the past and what kind of character he is.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be cool. If it's from his perspective, but he's not really the main character. He's the main character, but it's not from his perspective.
Yeah, it's from, like, the audience's perspective.
Yeah.
It's from his friends' perspectives.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Well, Jon Favreau already knows how Mandalorians think, you know? He's been pre-Vizsla.
Jon Favreau did play a Mandalorian.
Probably my favorite Mandalorian.
I would agree with that, yeah. Huh.
Brian, you got any thoughts on it that you'd like to speak now? Or forever hold your silence?
Yeah, I think it looks great. I'm more excited for this than I am for episode 9.
That is true.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Looks way better than episode 9 already.
Huh. All right, well.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today. Crack open the cold one. Have a good rest of your night/day. And Brian, would you like to say goodbye to our lovely audience?
Goodbye to our lovely audience.
Goodbye, and may the Force be with you.